So I traveled down to southern Germany this past weekend. Not this past weekend, but the one before that, right?
Das Y'all.
And Das Y'all. Yep, that's what they say.
That's how it works.
That's how everybody talks in Bavaria.
Exactly.
Fitting right in. And I don't have a car, so if I'm going to be going somewhere, I'm either taking a train or taking a bus. Train is definitely nicer, but it's much more expensive, and it genuinely isn't faster, given where I was going. So I took a bus. I took a Flixbus, and Flix is
Did you give it back when you were done, or did you just take it?
Oh no, it's mine. I
have a bus
still.
in my pocket, really, and I'm happy to see you.
Is that a bus in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Actually, it's a bus.
I'm also happy to see you.
Wow.
And Flix is kind of like a budget travel option, right? Like taking the Flix train is like
it's the Spirit airline
terrible.
of
I would
buses.
never ever take a Flix train. It literally is.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
But Flixbus is generally fine. Like you can take a line, like a Flixbus line from like Copenhagen to Rome. Like they fucking go, right? And you can take that trip for like 30, 40 euros. It's like insanely cheap. You're just going to be there for like 15, 16 hours.
Right.
But like the weird thing about Flixbuses is that like, say you're going like from Berlin to Munich, you think like, okay, this is going to be like a really direct route. It's between two big cities. We're going to be on the Autobahn the whole way. And then you like look down at your phone for a minute and you look up and suddenly you're in like a cow pasture on a gravel road and nobody seems to think this is weird. And you want to talk to the driver and he's like, don't talk to me while I'm driving. So you're just like, I guess this is how you go to Munich.
Oh no.
And then you're like, okay, like whatever, it's fine, we'll get there when we get there. So you look down at your phone for a second, you look back up, and suddenly you're in the middle of the most beautiful forest you've ever seen. You're on a dirt road, you're surrounded by mushrooms that are taller than the trees, and you're like, I guess this is how we get to Munich.
So navigating southern Germany is a lot like navigating the American South, where it's like, we're going to take a left at Jerry's fruit stand and go down the gravel road past the Munich farms. And then when you get down there, you're going to take a right and then another right, and you're going to go over the bridge, not the real bridge, but the wood bridge. You'll see the wood bridge. And then you keep, if you see chickens, you've gone too far.
You're going to find the pasture that has the longhorn cattle in it, unless it's on the afternoon on a Thursday, then they're going to be in the other pasture, and then you're going to be looking for the pasture that has the sheep in it.
Whatever you need to do.
But not those sheep.
If you ever get lost, just keep on driving until you get to Jimmy's Cricket Ranch. You can pop out there. Jimmy will get you where you need to go.
You're going to be taking a link at
a link.
Oh my god! You're going to be taking a left at left in German is links.
Okay. Oh no, it's happening.
It's happening. I'm getting assimilated. Oh god! Why is there a bratwurst in my hand? Anyway, I did get where I was going, and I got there pretty much on time, which never happens with a Flixbus, but I really don't understand how we managed to go through.
But your bus went through Narnia to get there.
We went through Narnia, we went through like southern Texas, and somehow we wound up in Munich.
Now we're in Florida.
And now we're in Florida.
Polydactyl.
Vociferous.
Bombastic.
Rectangle.
Big words for smart people.
Hello, and welcome to Big Words for Smart People, the only podcast that makes dumb guys smarter and smart guys more smarter. I'm Frankie, and my pronouns are they, them.
Well, I reckon I'm your Huckleberry Eric, and my pronouns are he, him.
Well.
It's a new year for Big Words for Smart People, and we're going all Southern.
We're coming to you live from Munich.
We're not. I can't keep doing this. I don't want to keep doing this. Actually, I'm good. Hi, Frankie.
We're breaking kayfabe.
Yeah.
We're normal.
We already broke
Hi.
kayfabe. That was like a couple episodes ago.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I'm so behind.
Yeah. Hey, do you want a word? 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 Do you want a word?
I'm so hungry for a word. How did you know?
Well, this one may have come unexpectedly, but the word of the week is.
It doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
Me
neither.
I'm only gonna do that joke once.
Sometimes you're waiting expectantly for a while. The word of the week.
Tell me about it.
Is emergent.
Emergent. Oh my god! It's an emergent. See, I'm just kidding. Emergent. Eric's just shaking his head.
Emergent.
Emergent.
Emergent. Actually, emergency would come from this, but emergent has a couple of different meanings. I'm skipping one of them because it's not relevant for today's conversation. But arising.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
one.
fuck that one. I'll read them all, and you can guess which one doesn't count for what I'm talking about today. So, arising unexpectedly, calling for prompt action. Rising out of or as if out of a fluid, rooted in shallow water and having most of its vegetative growth above water. Arising as a natural logical consequence, newly formed or prominent. Emergent.
It's the first one, wasn't it?
It's not. It's the one about the tree and the water and whatnot. But
oh, come on.
Yeah, because I want to talk about video games. They're like, I don't want to talk about trees. Trees is for outside stuff. Emergent.
And you're an indoor
and I'm
boy.
kind of an indoor boy now. I'm not, but it's okay. Okay, so emergent in terms of like the idea of like arising unexpectedly, but also as a result of natural or logical consequences. So like if things happen, other things just sort of naturally occur, is what emergent means. When we talk about it, I wanted to talk about it though in terms of games, not just video games, but also like board games or role-playing games. Because Frankie, you, whether you know it or not, are someone who really enjoys emergent gameplay in the types of games that you play.
Golly.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about myself.
You're learning a lot about yourself.
I mean, one thing so far, but
It's okay. So, emergent gameplay is the idea, emergent gameplay is the complex situations in those different types of games that arise based on the interactions of game mechanics, usually very simple game mechanics, which is to say that the systems or the rules of the game create the story. This is not opposite, but in a different category of gameplay as like progression gameplay, which can also be defined as like scripted or linear gameplay or immersive gameplay. And we'll talk about those delineations later. But emergent gameplay is the idea that like there's a set of rules in front of you. There's a world that you're playing in. You've got all the rules. You've got all the systems. And you interacting with those systems is what creates a narrative. A good example of this is Minecraft, right?
Minecraft.
We all love Minecraft. Minecraft is wild because it's the only game that like you and I played when we were scare quotes kids, and that like teens are still playing it now. Like it is one of the last like universal game experiences to describe to people because everybody knows Minecraft and it's still relevant even after being bought by Microsoft, which is an accomplishment in and of itself.
Yeah. I remember when we were kids used to play drinking from the hose.
Which hey,
You don't do that
turns out you
anymore.
shouldn't actually do that. It's a great way to get sick. But there's no story in Minecraft, right? I mean, there's like
there's the dragon.
there's the
I've
ender
never killed
dragon,
it, so I don't know.
and that's not even the end anymore. Like that's like the midpoint. But there's a set of like things you can accomplish. But the story, the experience of playing the game, like if you were like you see kids at a lunch table talking about playing Minecraft with each other, they're talking about like the way that they interacted with a whole pile of different mechanics and systems to experience the world. Another example of this, Frankie, is like The Sims. There are goals in place, but you create the narrative by moving things and playing with your Sims and building things and adjusting rules and whatnot.
Oh yeah, dude. I got pretty heavy into The Sims 4 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And like I still feel like I didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
I don't think I exactly get The Sims, but I did have a really good time making this weird family and just making them interact with each other.
There you go. I mean, another example of this is what's the game that you've been playing recently that you got really into?
Tomodachi
Life. There,
which is also just like there's only so many things that the actual characters can do, but you make up the story in your head.
Yes.
You know.
And what we're gonna get to at some point is this idea that like emergent gameplay is not always like the only thing that defines the game experience. It's just like because like a good example of emergent gameplay is Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild gives you objectives and it gives you tools and says figure it out. And the experience of playing it, the actions and consequences that naturally emerge from you playing the game are the narrative, they are the story, they are like the character experience. There is a narrative there. It's not 100% just emergent experience, but it comes from like the rules that are put forward to you. Dungeons and Dragons is also like mostly emergent gameplay, unless you're following a very scripted thing, and even then, you're playing on and reacting to the rules.
You're still making decisions.
You're still making those decisions. Roguelikes are also, by and large, are built on this idea of emergent gameplay of like, here's the systems, here's the goal, figure it out. Emergent gameplay can be thought of in terms of like providing tools rather than keys to the player. Excuse me. There's intentional emergence in video games, but there's also unintentional emergence, and I think this is a really fun space to play. One of those is like glitches. Speedrunning is all about like capitalizing on the emergent gameplay that comes from discovering that if you pause the game while you're jumping as Knuckles, then you can just jump again when you unpause, and now you can fly forever and jump over anything you want and just do whatever you want in the game. Right?
God, you got me feeling some things.
Okay.
Because I don't like Sonic. I've never played a Sonic game, and I know exactly what game you're talking about.
Because it's gold. When you're like, oh, wait, actually, this game is fundamentally broken, and if you just hit these two buttons, you change the game, right? Like, there were a set rule, and there may have been a narrative structure, but by capitalizing on glitches or changing the rules, changing the end point, you have emergent gameplay. Have you heard of the Green Demon Challenge from Super Mario 64?
No.
You might like this.
What is that?
So, you know Super Mario 64. Everybody knows Super Mario 64. It's a beloved classic.
How could you not?
The Green Demon
It's
Challenge.
our favorite plumber in 3D.
Yeah, and fun fact about that, it was so foreign to players to be playing a game in 3 dimensions that they had to give you a frame narrative for where the camera is, which is why you see the Lakitu at the beginning holding the camera and then you zoom into the lens, because otherwise it was alienating to players. Like, I don't know where the perspective I'm coming from is because I don't know what I'm controlling. And so they have to give you like a playing camera that you control. Green Demon Challenge.
I think that's so cool.
Is that great?
It's so clever.
You go to where there's a 1-up in the level of a Super Mario level. Most people do like the first one, Bob-omb Battlefield, but you can do it anywhere. You hit the thing, the box, to make the 1-up appear, and then your job is to collect all 8 red coins before the 1-up catches you. And so you book it away from the 1-up. No, the 1-up has no collision, so it goes right through walls and buildings and textures. Mario doesn't. So it's like strategic, speedy platforming to try to get the 1-up, the star before you get hit by the 1-up.
Doesn't it despawn?
No, it will follow you until it hits you or until you finish the level.
Oh my god! Yeah. Did they change that in the DS release? I feel like
so.
I would have noticed
Usually,
that.
Like
maybe I just always go for the 1-up.
Well, if you're playing it, you tend to not avoid 1-ups, and it also moves shockingly fast. Like it comes at you quickly, and so like it's hard to avoid it. It sounds like a simple challenge.
That's such a fun.
It's not.
Oh, that's so fun. I really like the idea of that.
Is that good? I mean, it's like same thing with like we talk about Pokemon, we talk about Nuzlocke, and like changing the rules of Pokemon to create a more harrowing experience. And then you think about
Oh yeah, I love doing monotype runs.
the monotype, like a Nuzlocke creates its own narrative outside of the Pokemon game narrative because you've got this different attachment to your characters. I'm not going to explain Nuzlocke. The other unintentionally emergent a game that I think is really interesting that you'll appreciate is, it's got a lot of different names, but you play a Mario Party game. You play with two people, but you play with two PCs, like CPUs. You set each CPU to the lowest difficulty level, so make them both easy, and then you each pick one. And your job is to get your CPU to win the game. And so,
oh, cool.
So you're funneling coins and you're sabotaging games, or you're hoping you don't sabotage games. And like, it completely changes the aspect of playing Mario Party because now you're trying to bolster this computer-generated moron to succeed at something they are fundamentally designed to fail at because they're not supposed to win on easy. They're supposed to lose. They're supposed to do bad things.
That reminds me of when we were kids. Sometimes if like there was nothing good on TV, for instance, right, we would bring the GameCube down to like the living room TV and put on Super Smash Bros. And then just like take like the smallest stage that there is and do like giant Donkey Kong and giant Bowser and just have them like have two CPUs just duke it out like 99 lives each, and we just watch that while we like ate dinner.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember doing that at like birthday parties. We're all tired of actually playing Smash, but we want something in the background. So you just get a whole bunch of a full smorgasbord of characters and put on all items, and you're like, go crazy. They're all on the highest difficulty. Let's see who wins. And you start cheering them on. And
4 Yoshis, all tiny.
Yeah, all Kirby's. Or I used to play Smash. We can cut this if it's not good. I used to play Smash with friends where you can make the custom levels on the Wii version of Smash Brothers. And we made a level that had a little platform way off in the corner that only Kirby could get to, because you had to fly, and then do an up smash, like jump up on top of it. And they would all pick Kirby. And this is in line with me being annoying when I was in high school. And the goal was to essentially play King of the Hill with that platform, and when you were there, all you did was spam taunts to annoy people, and we cranked the volume on the TV really high. Hi, and then everyone would try to fight to get Kirby off the platform, and that was the game.
That does sound fun.
It's pretty good. Oh man. So Emergent gameplay is one of like the core design, like it's a core design philosophy of making games. We talk a lot about video games, but board games are the same way. Board games are really good at giving you a pile of rules and saying like, there's a frame narrative, like the game Root. Have you played Root before?
No.
Root is it's on Steam now too, so you can play it online, which is nice. Root is a fascinating, arguably one of the best design games that's come out recently, because there's like 5 factions you can pick from, and each one has a different win condition, and they play differently, but they're all engaging with the same map in different ways. And so like you've got one faction whose entire goal is like, they're like the industrial faction, so they're like capturing wood reserves and trying to spread and like capture resources. You've got another faction that is like the Crow Regency, right? So like each leader of the like has different things that they can do to the board, but when certain things happen, a new regent takes power and they cycle through, and you're trying to spread influence. And there's another faction that's just one guy, and he's the hero, but the hero is able to buy and sell weapons from other players on the board. So all of that creates these really interesting emergent narratives that come up from like the way you interact with each other and like what the dice say and the choices you make. But also underneath all of that are secret win conditions that halfway through the game you can go, actually, I don't care about victory points anymore. My win condition is something else. This is what I'm going for now. And it completely changes how everybody's playing and creates like a really dynamic and interesting experience that emerges from interacting with the game and from interacting with each other. So it's both interacting with the rules, but it's also interacting with other players, because there is no catch-up mechanic in the game. The catch-up mechanic is you're playing with two other people, and two of you go, uh-oh, fish is about to win. Like, we can't let that happen. We know what his win condition is. We are now the catch-up mechanic by hindering him, which means we have to ally with each other. But at some point, one of us is going to win, so that's going to change, right? By necessity.
Right.
I think that's really interesting and makes so I think it's what makes things so sticky, what makes things so interesting. What I think I really like collaborative games because it emphasizes like, here's the rules, here's the opponent. The opponent only functions on rules. Whether the opponent is time or the opponent is a big monster or whatever, it is your job to collaboratively create solutions to these problems. We've given you tools, but not keys. Figure it out, right? I think that's cool.
This is really interesting to me, because like I definitely see how this emergent gameplay aspect comes out in collaborative gameplay, as you mentioned, right? I don't like collaborative games.
Really?
I am a.
You only like competitive games?
I'm a single player gamer.
Oh, I was thinking mostly about board games, but yes.
Yeah, then I think I still am pretty competitive, I think. And for board games, like, I gotta go for the simple ones. If it takes more than 5 minutes to explain the rules of a game to me, I am out.
you and
Every
my wife.
passing minute, I just get angrier and angrier.
My wife is the same way. She's like, if I can't be explained on a single card, I'm not playing the game. And I have a handful of friends that we collect games that require bound rule books.
Oh God. I've got friends like that too.
I love it so much, and I understand why nobody should like them, because they're bad. Looking at you, Mage Knight.
I know people like that. Like it's fine for some people, but for me, if we get past like 5 minutes and I'm not already playing the game, like I feel
out,
itchy under my skin. I'm like, let's fucking go. I just want to go.
I get that.
I'll learn as I go. It's fine.
Yes, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But like, even for like very simple single player games, I think that there's still lots of ways to like incorporate emergent gameplay. Like, for instance, there's a puzzle game that I play too much.
Yeah.
I'm straight up addicted to it sometimes. It's like a Picross game, you know? Very simple.
For sure.
But it's not monochrome Picross. It's
I like the colors. The colors is
puzzle.
so much more fun. Yeah.
But I add an element of gameplay, even though I'm just playing by myself, where like I have to pick a color and then I have to get through that whole color before I can switch to another color.
Okay, that's a really... Can I interrupt you for a second? Which is rude, I know. But
please. That's
a really cool thing to bring up, because I was going to mention... I mentioned earlier there's progression gameplay as opposed to emergent gameplay. Progression gameplay is usually attributed like a purely progression gameplay game is like a classic puzzle game. There is a solution, and when you get that solution, you can then do the next puzzle. You can progress to the next. Inherently, like at its base, Picross is progression gameplay. You might you might approach it from a different way, and there's some argument to be had here, but like the solution is always going to be the same, because you have to put the right things and you have to put the right color in the right square and then move on. But by trying to challenge yourself by doing one color at a time, you've created some degree of like emergent strategy to address a progressive issue, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, this applies in like meat space games as well, right? Like, I know people who are like really into jigsaw puzzles, right? But they get tired of just doing jigsaw puzzles, so what they do is they turn all the pieces upside down.
Yeah, solve it that way. Or the or the puzzles that you and I did during that one beach trip that everyone else hated but we loved, which was that the puzzle that you do is not the puzzle on the box. The box is the before and the puzzle is the after.
That was really fun.
Fun fact, my wife and I got another one of those as our like anniversary. Like, we do a puzzle. We try to do a puzzle every January. It's like a New Year tradition. and we got one of those.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I'm pretty sure my wife put all of 6 pieces in the entire puzzle. She's like, I hate this, and I just did the whole thing and loved it. It was amazing. So
I get it.
yeah, I totally
I get
understand. I actually want to go back to what you were talking about simplicity, right? Because emergent gameplay does not have to be inherently complex gameplay. In fact, like really elegantly done games that involve emergent elements are at their core simple. I'm going to quote the great Shigeru Miyamoto, who created Miyamoto-san.
Miyamoto's here? Oh my god.
I wish. Mario's dad says a good idea is something that does not solve just one single problem, but rather can solve multiple problems at once, right? And you can see that in good game design. You can see that a lot in like first-party Nintendo games. I'm going to glaze Nintendo for a second. But really,
Breath of the Wild.
I'm going to glaze one game. And we've already talked about Breath of the Wild. I'm going to glaze a different game franchise, which is Splatoon. Because Splatoon is genius, right? You can describe Splatoon in 2 minutes to somebody. It's a shooter where you shoot ink. The team that covers the most of the ground in their color of ink wins. You get ink by that's it. That's the game. And so you've got this core mechanic of you can spray colored ink. It's paint battle. You can spray colored ink. But what about it's a shooter? So the natural flow of a shooter is that you need to reload. Otherwise, it's not fair. Well, good news. You reload by being in your own ink. It refills. Also, the thing about shooters, there's 2 things that feel good in shooters. One is shooting things. Okay, cool. The other is movement. Well, what if you can move faster in your own ink? So there is a mechanical advantage, not just to win the game, you get victory points by covering the ground, but you are able to move faster, you're able to reload, you're able to play the game better by creating more space for yourself from it. Everything comes back to ink, even down to like the marketing and like the Nintendo element of it. It's a shooter, but it's kid-friendly. And those are antithetical, except that you're shooting squirt guns full of colored liquid. And so it's okay. And you can win by being bad as long as you're controlling the ground. You don't have to be like 360 no scope, perfect aim, elite gamer. You just have to be able to. It's accessibility.
That's why it works for me.
It works for
Splatoon is really the only like multiplayer shooty game. There's probably a more eloquent way to put it.
Yeah, it's a shooter
that I've ever
arena shooter.
Yeah, that's it.
You got it.
It's really the only one that I've ever extensively played and enjoyed. And one of the reasons for that is that I am not good under pressure.
Sure.
And I'm not a good aim.
Yeah.
Right? But like in Splatoon, like I can just have a big bucket and my whole job can just be to make the ground the right color and I'm still an asset to the team. You don't need to be really good to be an asset.
Exactly. And it's not like
somebody, I don't remember what game this was, but I was watching like a video essay where somebody was talking about like the etiquette in one of those like online arena shooters, and they were saying that like it is bad etiquette to be bad at the game. It's rude to be bad at the game, and how that creates like a barrier to entry for new players. So like Splatoon really does a really great job of like just eliminating that.
Yes, it creates a space for
it's
it.
Great.
It's my wife's the same way. She doesn't aim. But they acknowledge that, and then say, okay, cool. We've got these core mechanics. We've got these core rules. How do we iterate on those core rules to create different weapons that'll facilitate different gameplay styles and prioritize different things, right? So Splatoon says, we know how ink works, we know how movement works, we know how a shooter works. Okay, what makes a sniper rifle interesting or worthwhile to pick up? And the answer is that like, oh, this one does require some modicum of skill to be able to do something with it. Okay, cool. There's people who can do that. The trade-off is it does not cover much ground. So you've got this push and pull of mechanics. Other end of the other side of it is like, what if you don't want to aim at all? Well, here's a giant paint roller that if you just hold a button down, you can run. it's all of these different problems being taken, like these different tools, all anchored in one single solution. In Miyamoto's quote, like, a good idea answers not just one problem, it answers every problem. And then they go, well, there is one problem. The problem is that you're playing with other human beings. And so the new one comes out that is player versus environment. And it continues to elevate this. It says, okay, here's the rules. But now, instead of emergent gameplay being how you react to other people playing, it's how you react to how the CPU is programmed to do, and create like layers of narrative on top of it. But that core emergent gameplay is genius, and it's wild that no one's been able to copy it yet. You know, like it stays fresh, if you will, like constantly, because of the way it acknowledges like easy to access, easy to understand. There's a high skill ceiling, but you're not punished for being towards the floor as much. I will say, like,
high skill ceiling, low skill floor.
There you go. I will say,
yeah,
if you're like, I've never played Splatoon, I'm gonna pick out Splatoon 3 right now. There's a slight curve because Splatoon, like, the game's been out for a long time. So most of the people who are playing it right now are either never played before and they just bought the game used, or they've been playing this game for a long time. And so like the relative skill and even in like group lobbies is higher. It's not unplayable, but it's a very different experience. And then like day one game just came out, Splatoon 3, here we go. Or just pick out Splatoon Raiders.
Like I mean, so it's been a while since I played Splatoon. It's probably been about a year and a half, but like, I do recall that it was pretty good at matching you up with people who were similar skill levels than you, as long as you're not playing with your brother who's been playing since Splatoon 1 and is like some kind of Splatoon genius. You get killed every 4 seconds. As long as you're not doing that.
Uh-oh. I got offered a role on a competitive team
Still
once.
had fun. Oh, yeah?
Some guy was like, hey, I coach a Splatoon team. Do you want to be on the team? And I was like, I have a job. I was like, I can't do
I'm
that.
A kid.
What are you talking about, man? All of that is to say, like it's not the only game that does that. Like Frankie mentioned, like Breath of the Wild is amazing for being like, here's a problem. The puzzles, I think the temples, what are they called? The shrines. The shrines are designed without a clear solution in place. They just go, here's the shrine, here's some stuff. Good luck.
Figure it out.
And it creates this really fun, like there's a personal emergent like narrative element of being like, I approach this. You can play the whole game and never talk to anybody else and be like, I had a very like unique experience. It's the game that I think if I could like erase from my brain so I could play it for the first time again, I would.
Oh my god, I wish.
I wish. I want to walk into a puzzle and have no idea how to solve it. Right? I think anytime now, if I go in like, oh, here's what I did last time, do I do that again or do I try something different? But then like you do a puzzle, you go online, you go to like Reddit or something, and you see somebody else be like, here's how I did it, and their solution is completely different and like unhinged and insane and shouldn't work, but it does work. That creates this like kind of like cultural emergent conversation that comes up.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that I'm gonna keep this brief here because I could talk about how much I love Breath of the Wild for forever.
You have too many
but
hours.
I do think it's
in
really.
Game. You have more hours in Breath of the Wild than I have in Splatoon.
I have an incredible number of hours in Breath of the Wild. That was a once per year replay for me for probably like 7 years.
Wild. It was your Skies of Arcadia.
No, Skies of Arcadia is my Skies of Arcadia.
Someone I play that every year. Just can't. I'm a dang kid.
Yeah. But I do think it's really interesting at how at different points in Breath of the Wild, you know, it is like you were saying, where it's like, here's the nail, find the hammer.
Yeah.
And then at other places it's like, here's a hammer, go find a nail.
and sometimes it says, here's a hammer, make a steak. And you're like, okay, cool.
Go hit that hammer with this hammer.
Yeah. And stop time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool, like one, this is just a chance for me to talk about something I'm interested in, but also like I think it's a cool way of thinking about the way we approach situations, but also the way like any kind of game. We talked a lot about emergent gameplay because that's what we've been talking about. We talked about systematic gameplay, which is this idea of like there are systems in place, fit what the system asks you, like solve the puzzle and you can move on, right? The third type that you tend to see, and you don't see a lot of games that are purely this, but there's the immersive gameplay approach, which is to say like the whole goal is to make you feel like you're inside the experience. And like that immersion creates the narrative or creates the attachment, creates the feelings for it.
Yeah.
A lot of those games are more like
we're at a point
art
where
house games, you know, where it's like, this is what it would be like if you were
Dear
a slug.
I'm not super up to date on this, but I get the impression that immersive gameplay is kind of getting like caught up in the like technical revolution that we're in right now, and it's kind of coming at the expense of like, I don't know,
a game,
story or creative forms of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it in VR.
It's like, I don't want to just strap a movie to my face.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Like if I was going to do that, I would just watch a movie. But those three approaches come together to make really fascinating games, right? Like good games also have a degree of immersion. Animal Crossing came to mind when I thought about this, right? Minecraft. Like those games, there's emergent gameplay because there's not necessarily a goal. Like if there is a puzzle, there's no intended way to solve it except to like play the game more. But through the visuals, the sounds, the dialogue, everything else, it feels good to be there, and that creates the story. I can play Animal Crossing, especially when it first came out during quarantine. You could play it all day.
And did.
We very much did. There's not like a story you're telling people, but you like had an engaging experience because you were in this big, beautiful, bright, colorful world full of animal friends instead of like a terrible poison air hellscape outside. Right?
I'm not on the island. I'm on my island.
But so like those come together to make interesting games, and like a good thing, going back to the Root example, if you talk about Root, it's got this really good emergent gameplay, but it's not chess. You know, like chess, there is no immersive element unless you're like really deep into chess. It's all emergent gameplay, right? Whereas Root, there's this overarching thing of like people fighting over this medieval forest landscape. Like there's character, like the cards have pictures and you care about the factions and you picked your faction because you didn't know which one to pick, but you liked the way the wolf looked. And like that element is like the grab to help make the emergent experience or the systematic experience sticky. So if you think about it, like with this trifecta here, a systematic game works your mind. Right? Puzzles, challenges. It says there's a solution. You've got to figure out the solution. And like good puzzle games make you find that solution. And sometimes it's a lot of work.
I love that though. You get addicted to that aha moment.
When you get that, right? And it's so frustrating when you don't, because, and some games don't do this, but a lot of those games, they've worked really hard to like tamp down the emergent gameplay response so you don't find a shortcut to solving the puzzle. Right? They don't want you to be like, well, if you just put this block here and stand on top of this block, you can actually clip over the wall and now you already get the thing. You don't have to solve the puzzle. They want you to go, we were very smart. We made a very cool puzzle. Solve the puzzle. Systematic works the mind. Emergent games work your imagination. They ask you to explore and create and think and find unique solutions and to imagine different approaches to things. Immersive games work your feelings. And so when you get those all three together, you get Breath of the Wild. You know, like
so you've got games that give you the aha moment.
Yep.
You've got games that give you the ooh moment of imagination, and then you got games that give you the aw
or the ooh moments.
Or the ooh.
You get aha, oh, and that's pretty much what video games
That's
are.
right. There's 3 kinds of games.
Aha, oh.
Ooh.
Oh, Frankie, do you want a Pokemon real quick? I've talked a lot about this.
I would love a Pokemon real quick. Talking about games and immersion and sparking your imagination and your puzzle solving.
Yeah. So this one, I put a lot of thought
And
into
making
it.
you go, aww.
It's called Emergent.
Okay.
And like any other ant Pokemon, I will not elaborate because it doesn't evolve, it doesn't do anything, and it's not really rememberable at all. Rememberable. Memorable.
That's what the word of the week is.
The word of the week is rememberable.
Remember.
Emergent is the Pokemon of the week.
What type is it?
I don't know.
Cool. Ground? Why
Ground?
not?
Yeah.
It's an ant.
It's, you know what? It's ground fairy.
Fine.
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't engage your puzzle solving or your imagination for this one.
I just thought it would be
that's
funnier
okay.
if I didn't. I thought it would be a lot better if I was like, it's just kind of an ant. And it's whatever you want it to be.
You know what?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Listen, there's 112 of these things in this new generation. Some of them are going to be duds. And somebody's like, actually, my favorite Pokemon ever is Emergent. And I love it.
How dare you say anything bad about Emergent, you jerk.
Yep. It's that one koala Pokemon.
My whole
but
family
it's Emergent.
loves Emergent.
You remember Kamala?
Komala.
Yeah.
It's in a coma.
It's a nothing burger of a Pokemon.
But it gave us Komala coffee, which always sounded delicious.
Yeah. It's Pokemon poop coffee. If
we gotta wrap this up,
you
Eric.
like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, share with people. If our conversation about Emergent brought up any game ideas that you've had or any other things that we didn't talk about, mention in our Discord. Let us know. Thank you for listening.
Please know that by listing game ideas in the Discord, you do waive all rights to use them in future games. We will own them into perpetuity.
Oh, I meant like games that you've played. If you want to give me your game ideas, that's cool.
Oh.
That'd be a cool way to shout into the ether and know nothing will come of it. Tell me about the bees.
You know what has been an emergent positive force in our lives for the past year and change? Golly, it's those bees. I'm still thinking about them bees. They're great, and they are made by Lava Salmon. You can find more from her in the show notes. You should commission her for stuff.
Yeah.
Drawing, animating, video game work. She does it all.
Take us home.
We hope you have a very emergent week. Strong arms.
Why strong arms? What part of Emergent?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I could see myself in the little preview, and I'm like, my arms look really fucking good.
Just gotta say something.
That's crazy.
I
mean, don't look at that part, but that part looks
I
good.
grew up in the South, and I don't know how to end a conversation, so I was just kind of hoping someone else would walk away, or I'd get a phone call.
You just gotta pat your knees. Go.
Well, about that time.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, Frankie. Bye, Frankie. Bye.
I'm still here.